Pick up the phone, call now.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
All right. Hey, great friends. What's happening? This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man coming to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios. 7milecasino.com is the website. And our comedy show is on May 4th. It's dinner. It's comedy. It's Browner. It's Lawhead. It's Sammy's Woodfire Pizza. It's the casino with the $25 in match play. And we're going to have a great time. We are going to have a great time. Use our website, kaplanandcrew.com, to buy your tickets. Okay. My phone's been buzzing, and this was earlier in the day, with people saying, dude, big day in sports today. Big day in sports. The return of Fernando Tatis. Some people, true story, have hit me up. Big game tonight between the Warriors and the Kings, which I'm really looking forward to. But the story of the day, and we'll get to other stuff. We'll get to the Lakers yesterday. We'll get to the Dylan Brooks versus LeBron James thing. We'll get to Max Scherzer getting kicked out of a game last night up in Dodger Stadium. We'll get to all of it. But guys, the story of the day is we've been waiting for this. I knew today we would celebrate 420, and I knew Padre fans would celebrate 420 / the return of Fernando Tatis. So what do we think? I mean, I'm looking for fireworks right away. I'm swinging for the fences the first pitch I see. What do we think?
Listen, whatever happens today, I don't think the result matters. I think what matters today is that he's back. For me. Like, honestly, he can go out there and, underperform, overperform. Obviously, if he goes out there and hits a home run, everyone's going to lose their freaking mind today, right? That's just the way it's going to go. But the fact that he's back, the fact that the questions are now gone about him being back to the other players, guys who've never even been his teammate, Juan Soto, Xander Bogaerts, to the manager who's never even managed the kid. I think those questions about the anticipation of his return are finally gone, and now there's substance to the talk. And it's been October 3rd, 2021 was the last time you saw this kid in a Padres uniform. So
October 3rd, 2021, and today is April 20th, 2023. So it's been a full year and change.
I'll tell you exactly how many days it's been.
Yeah, how many days? How many? And he missed 80 games total?
Yeah, I don't know how many he missed total, but it's been 564 days.
564 days since we've seen Tatis in 564 days.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, almost 2 years. Yeah,
almost.
And I'm telling you, it's if you missed 160 games last year and you've missed the first 20 games this year, the guy hasn't played in a Padre uniform in pushing 200 games. And that includes
if you throw in, if you don't include the playoffs, it's crazy.
200 games.
How long it's actually been. Yeah.
And
I think this conversation, me and Browner had this conversation yesterday. The conversation we had last year, do you remember when we brought on Joseph McCray, the sign guy?
Yeah.
Because he saw someone with a Tatis crossed out and put something over the jersey. And we had this conversation of what will the reaction be to his comeback? Will he have to earn the love back? Will he have to earn the cheers back? No. People are all in. Padre fans have forgiven. I would say majority. I'm sure there are some out there. But from everything I've seen, from the conversations I've had, from social media, from the way the Padres broadcasts are talking about it, from what Don Orsillo's tweeting about, everybody is just nothing but excited and happy that the kid is back.
I want to ask this question. Is that because he's back, period? If they had gone on a start of the season where they were 13-7, would it be the same, or is it because they're 9-11 and people are really disappointed in the way the season has begun? And I know I've been selling it like this, which is just wait. Let's not get crazy through the first 20 games. Let's just wait until Tatis comes back, because when Tatis is back and Musgrove's back, that's when the team is back together, and that's when we're going to see who the Padres are.
Musgrove back Saturday.
Do you think that the start of the season being sub 500 through the first 20 games has anything to do with the excitement of his return? We need him, or is it it's just amazing to have this kid back after 200 games in 580 days.
Yeah. I think that there's the only difference is the like, yeah, we could use him, but I think if the Padres had the Atlanta Braves record of 12-5 or whatever it is, I think it would be like, dude, we're so good, and now we get to tease. I think it's still just the same excitement. I really do.
Got it. What do
Yeah.
you think, Brown?
I think that people are going to be excited to have him. I don't think there's anything he will or won't do today other than not appearing for whatever reason, some strange head trip of a reason, that people won't be happy he's out there. The goal at the end of the day is to have him run out on the field with the other 8 guys so the team can finally be complete. The everyday side of the roster can finally be complete, and guys can start moving forward with the team that they have. I don't necessarily see anything negative coming out of today. I think all signs today will be positive, outside of injury, obviously. All signs are positive. You got the guy back. Let's play ball, man. Let's play ball, because this stench that they're really going through right now, he can really help that. And I think that, just again, like you said, we talked about this yesterday, just him being back has a great opportunity to just lift the weight and the negative spin that this team has. Because, Scott, tell me if you agree with this. I said yesterday that I think them being on the road for such a long stretch right now is probably better for him and better for them, because he's going to get booed. He's going to get the fire and brimstone from right field as much as people can muster. And so this will allow them to kind of huddle up and be a us against them, us against the world for this next 9 games as they go on this road trip and kind of band together, and then come home. He gets a massive ovation, and then the team, they just take off from there. Because I think what he's going to hear on the road, they need that as a team so they can kind of circle the wagons around him.
Brown, I like what you're selling, because I think that when you get out on the road and everybody's staying in a hotel together and everybody's together going over to the ballpark, and you're right, he's going to get booed. He's going to hear it. And for everybody to say, hey, it's got to be us against them now. This is our guy. I mean, there is that, all this symbolism of, this is a good thing. We're going out on the road, and let's get this thing going here.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, honestly, it's kind of like the beginning of this whole conversation, which was, are people more excited about Tatis coming back because the Padres actually need him, or are they just more excited because it's been 200 games and 500 plus days? And Alex, to your point, if they were doing really, really well, people would be just as excited, because now you're adding on. And Brown, the opposite side is that if the Padres had 9 straight games at home and Tatis was coming and he was going to play in those 9 games,
oh man,
we'd come up with another way of looking at it, which would be the best thing that could happen to him is that he's at home first. He's in a comfortable environment. Everybody loves him. Everybody's happy he's back. He hits a bunch of home runs in his first 9 games. Feel good at home. We would be looking at it that way. I mean,
personally, I would prefer that.
Yeah.
Personally, I would prefer for him to be at home, get a soft, it's like a soft launch for a restaurant, I would much prefer that. But I think Arizona is not the most hostile place in the world. I'm literally on the Game Time app right now, and the tickets to sit in right field right now, you can get a ticket for $28.
Ooh.
There's a lot of tickets available, and this is just the Game Time app, in right field that are very, very affordable. So I don't know what kind of crowd is going to be out there, specifically in right field. But I think if you're going to be on the road, Arizona's like a chill spot. It's not.
It's a Thursday night, and Arizona's in first place in 11-8, and there might be like a little bit of optimism in Phoenix around the Diamondbacks. But I think most sports fans in that town are probably focused right now, or their energy is focused on the Suns and the Clippers. And I'm not saying that you can't do 2 things or think 2 ways, or but I just don't see Arizona. You could look this up, Alex, but I don't know where they are in attendance.
We went over this yesterday. Their last home game had 17% of the stadium was filled. Like, it was just, there's like nobody there.
Right.
So
that's
like
my point.
10,000 people.
Yeah, they're not going into San Francisco. They're not going into LA, where they're going to hear it.
Yeah, which we had this very long discussion about, because they are going to Chicago after this. And the Bleacher Creatures is a very good test of what things are going to be like for Tatis. Then when you go to LA in May, that's a very, very good. That's as bad as it's going to get when you go to Dodger Stadium and you're playing in right field next to the pavilion. That's as bad as it will ever be for Tatis. That first series in Los Angeles in right field. So I think that he's going to have, a couple spots getting used to it. And, we saw it on a very, very, very small level, minor level to say the least, at Sacramento when he was getting jeered and heckled in Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
And then that minor league pitcher called him out as a cheater and steroid user. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen all year.
Dude, you got 4 games in Arizona, 3 games in Chicago where you'll hear it, home against San Fran and Cincinnati, and the Dodgers. You got that early May series with the Dodgers, which is Friday, May 5th, which is right after our comedy show at 7 Mile Casino. I'm just looking at the schedule right now, and you don't get to LA to the Dodgers until Friday, May 12th. So Tatis has got himself now a good, call it 3 weeks-ish to get himself back into it.
So Scott, we talked about this yesterday. I'd love to
Yeah.
get your opinion because we realized that the narrative and the excitement and the happiness for Tatis being back is here, and it's not going to be as high as it is right now about this excitement level of his return. But he won't be playing at Petco Park for another 11 days.
Mhm.
Like they have 9 games or 10 days. They have 9 games before he even steps foot in Petco Park again.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because that San Francisco series is in Mexico City.
Oh.
So the whole dynamic of what Tatis is in 10 days, I don't know what it's going to be. What do you think? Like it could. What if he's struggling? What if he comes out to a Soto start?
Right.
Oh, boy.
Like what if Tatis comes out and in the first, call it 11 games before they actually really do get back to Petco Park, what if Tatis is hitting Soto like 110?
Yeah.
Or flip it around. What if
These
Tatis is
Bogarts.
doing like what Bogarts is doing, where he's hitting like 350?
Yeah, I mean, if he's hitting 350 when he plays Petco against Cincinnati, I think you're going to hear MVP chants as soon as he steps in that box.
You know what I need to do? I need to get tickets for Saturday, May 5th, because
6th.
May 6th, my son is coming home from college that day. I'm going to pick him up down at the airport. I think we should go to that game. Like it's a Saturday night Dodger game. That's an awesome
I
game to
will.
go to.
It's funny you bring that up. I planned a guys trip with my Oxnard Dodger buddies and my San Diego Padre buddies. There's 12 or 14 of us going to that game already.
Wow.
Oh my
And it's like a
God.
very mixed 50-50 of us. Maybe it's more like 60-40 Padres Dodgers.
That is a fight in the stands waiting to happen.
See, the thing is, here's the thing. And this is why I thought about that and I planned it this way. And I actually told this to my buddy yesterday. There's so many of us that the only trash talking that will be happening is in between us.
No,
We're not
but
gonna
the
fight
problem
each
is,
other.
No, I know, but the problem is that
Yeah.
half your guys are going to be wearing Dodger gear, half your guys are going to be wearing Padre gear, and then there's going to be people all around you. And then, once everybody's talking smack to each other, then other people who are drinking start getting involved, and they think, well, those guys are Padre fans. We need to help those guys. And those guys are Dodger fans. And they don't realize that they're all bros.
Yeah.
But
we got 12 dudes. We'll win anything, so it's all good.
Oh, okay. All right. You guys bring a little army with you. I like it.
I mean, I think there's 12 or 14 of them. We're fine. We're not fighters. I mean,
No,
we
I
maybe have
understand.
one guy that might have a problem. But we could tame him, man. We have one guy who's already concerned about that exact same thing, but we'll be fine.
That's
I
funny.
think
All right.
like it's going to be great, man. It's Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Yeah.
Dodgers, Padres. It's
Well,
gonna be
I
awesome.
want to.
And the games are going so fast, we can still watch Canelo that night.
Oh, Canelo fights on Saturday, May 5th?
6th.
Nice. Oh, it's probably also Kentucky Derby Day.
Probably.
Yeah. All right. Hold on a second here, everybody. I want to go into the Padre clubhouse and hear what the players are saying about Tatis's return. We'll do it in just 1 second. Hey, Alex, tell everybody now where we are. Today's Thursday. Where are you today? Earlier in the week, you were saying 48 pounds down with iThrive. Are we stuck on that number? Are you still seeing movement?
And you say it's stuck like I'm not moving. This stuff doesn't melt like ice, but no, I'm right there, dude. 49 as of yesterday, stayed at 49 today, like a decimal 0.1, but that might have changed, but about 49 pounds now, dude.
Yeah. Funny thing is I'm just now believe it or not, starting to really see it. Like you've lost 49 pounds. And even like when we were together, I think it was like last week, I was like, I'm not positive. Like I don't know that I get to see it all. But just looking at you on the show today, like you just look, you look narrower.
Well, I will tell you yesterday, so I have 2 weddings in May. My sister's getting married at the end of May. And I went suit shopping again because I'm like 4 sizes down from whatever the hell I was at my wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So I just put it on just to kind of see what it looked like, and it's a different person's suit.
Yeah.
Man. So
Yeah. You're going to look back at those pictures of your wedding and you're going to be like, look how heavy I was.
yeah, I already did. I seen a video the other day.
Yeah. iThrive MD, 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497. I realize today we're into the middle of April already. And if your goal at the beginning of the year was to lose weight and you haven't done it yet, here's the deal. First 2 months, you save $200 per month. And Alex he started this in October and he's down 49 pounds. So do you need to lose 49 or 50 pounds or 60 pounds or 20 pounds? iThrive MD can help with their iThrive Lean program. It's fully FDA approved. It's guaranteed to help you lose weight. We've seen Alex lose almost 50. We saw Dr. Fry lose almost 30. So, wow, what an amazing thing that is. 858-240-1497 for iThrive. Okay, Alex, let's take a listen to some of the players inside the Padres clubhouse, because that was the big question yesterday. Is how excited are you for Tatis's return? We're talking about it from a fan perspective. What are we going to look at first here?
Shout out to Marty. These are all from her. So shout out our former colleague, Marty Caswell. Of course, you got to start with Manny Machado first, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a big impact with him and Joe coming back. I think, it's 2 big players they're going to help us out tremendously. We're looking forward to it. But, just overall, just keep playing our game. I think, even when they get back, we keep playing the Padre baseball. I think we're going to be all right.
What is Padre baseball? I'm just asking so I know.
Oh, wow.
Stylistically speaking, what is it? Okay, that's what I thought.
Hit dingers. Don't allow runs. Win games. Beat the Dodgers in the playoffs. Padres baseball.
What is Yankee baseball? What is Oriole baseball? What's Dodger baseball?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's funny when a player says that,
Well, Manny busts out the euphemisms all the time,
Yeah, he's a big cliche guy.
Manny doesn't give you good answers unless he's like in a mood, and then he gives you good answers. Other than that, he's kind of boring because he knows what to say. He's been around so long, he knows just kind of what to say. But after, like you said, after AC's in his face for 10 days in a row asking about the offense, eventually he's going to say something.
Yeah.
Right.
Who else you want to hear from? Soto? You want to hear from whoever else?
Let's hear from 2 guys that have never been his teammate. Juan Soto first.
I mean, a lost instinct. It doesn't matter if he's coming back or not. It's always bad. I mean, we just got to get it going. I mean, we have a great team. We're more than excited to see him back and see what he can show to the team and everything. I mean, he's amazing. He's going to bring a lot of energy and a lot of stuff that we need. So for me, getting the win is great for the team, and the team is more excited to see him coming back.
Well, he's talking about yesterday's win over Atlanta.
I think Soto has been his teammate for Dominican Republic.
Yeah, but not a Padre team.
On this show,
not a Padre team.
We need to constantly just blast Soto, because whenever we do, he does well.
Yeah.
Like literally, when we start dogging him, he hits a home run while we're going, he's not playing well. Home run.
Yeah. The only run.
The only run came and we're like, this guy needs to pick it up. He's been terrible. He has no power in Petco. Oh, home run. Home run.
How about this? Also, shout out to Nick Martinez yesterday. 7 innings, only 3 hits, 6 strikeouts. I mean, when a Padres team that needed, a starting pitcher to kind of step up and make a move here. Yeah, it's good performance.
Big bounce back game for Michael Wacha tonight. He has to bounce back after what he did on Friday.
Yeah,
he was terrible.
Yeah. Give us the Bogart stuff though. You said we were going to hear from Bogart.
Before we do that, can we pull back on Michael Wacha? Can we just not act like we are expecting him to be some Cy Young level player because of the way his contract is structured? Like if he's good, he gets that money. If he doesn't get that money. So if we're expecting him to pitch like a second or third starter, I think we're all in trouble.
No, we just don't want him pitching like Manaea.
We also kind of got a little bit
And on
teased
Friday, he pitched
early
like
in the
Mania,
season.
right? And early in the season, he was pitching like a number 2 guy. So
That's
it's
the
not that
thing,
I'm
man.
expecting him to stay that all year, but I don't want 10 runs a game. Mania bad.
Nobody wants 10 runs a game.
Right.
We don't need
That's all
another
I'm
fifth
saying.
starter.
So when I say bounce back, go out there, throw 6, give up 3. That's fine. Don't go 2 and give up 10.
All right, well, let's keep this going. You said you were going to hear from Xander Bogaerts. We will. We'll also see what Peter Seidler had to say about Tatis as he's about to make his return. And we'll keep that going for a little bit, but then got to transfer in. I'm trying to remember who said it a few weeks back. A former NBA player said, nobody's afraid of LeBron James anymore. And
Mario Chalmers.
Mario Chalmers, his former teammate in Miami. That's right. And I got to say, when you see a kid like Dylan Brooks, who I realize he's an agitator and he kind of wants to be a heel like a Draymond Green, but when you see him all up in LeBron's business, I think Chalmers is right. Stick around. We're going to get to more on Tatis and then to LeBron. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios here on Kaplan and Crew.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YurView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
An ADU is accessory dwelling unit, and it's become one of the most popular solutions to housing in the United States. We constructed this to provide housing for my mother, who is elderly.
Well, I wanted to downsize. At my age, that's what I wanted to do. Eric engaged the services of Murray Lambert, a top building company.
This is an 825 square foot structure, but it actually looks more like 1,000 because of the spatial considerations. Micah was great. He took the ball and ran with it and came up with this really great combination.
It always appealed to me, high ceilings. It gives a sense of space, of openness, and I like that. Oh, I would give this experience a 10 for sure. Plus, 10 plus.
This is the Rugby Odds, where an unlikely pundit panel of a wordsmith, a WWE legend, a rugby star, and a supermodel scour the globe, seeking best bets and bad behavior. Are you not entertained?
Since 1975, San Diegans have trusted the Murray Lambert family for their home remodeling projects. We continue our commitment to deliver high-quality home remodeling and construction to our customers without an expensive showroom.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring value to your home, our team has the experience to handle everything. Plus, our strong relationships with the city makes adding on easier for homeowners.
Visit murraylambert.com for your consultation.
The #1 disease in the world, according to World Health Organization, is dental disease. For 25 years, we've had one of the most leading group dental practices in the country. Imagine you're a parent, you're a mom or a dad, and you have a 2-year-old that doesn't get any cavities, and you have a 12-year-old that has a soda habit and gets a ton of cavities. Well, how do you determine what oral care products to get? It's really mind-boggling that currently there does not exist an oral care product company that specializes for kids. So we thought this is a great opportunity to get into that space and revolutionize oral care for kids. We have every single product that every parent needs for every person in that family. It's very comprehensive. The next thing is we customize your oral care products. Someone who has a lot of gum disease probably requires different sets of oral care products that someone has a very, very healthy mouth. And it's also conveniently shipped to your home every 3 to 6 months. Make sure you go to supermouth.com and check out all the educational content. And of course, check out our profile builder to get the right products for every family member.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YurView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Listen to The Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the Mightier1090.com. We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew Show on the Mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
After an accident, you could be faced with a maze of confusion. There are medical bills, lost time at work, not to mention taking on the big insurance companies alone. But with the Barnes firm on your side, they can help you get compensated for your troubles. And they'll help you get the best result possible. Call the Barnes firm now at 1-800-8-MILLION for a free consultation.
The number one disease in the world, according to World Health Organization, is dental disease. For 25 years, we've had one of the most leading group dental practices in the country. Imagine you're a parent, you're a mom or a dad, and you have a 2-year-old that doesn't get any cavities, and you have a 12-year-old that has a soda habit and gets a ton of cavities. Well, how do you determine what oral care products to get? It's really mind-boggling that currently there does not exist an oral care product company that specializes for kids. So we thought this is a great opportunity to get into that space and revolutionize oral care for kids. We have every single product that every parent needs for every person in that family. It's very comprehensive. The next thing is we customize your oral care products. Someone who has a lot of gum disease probably requires different sets of oral care products that someone has a very, very healthy mouth. And it's also conveniently shipped to your home every 3 to 6 months. Make sure you go to supermouth.com and check out all the educational content, and of course check out our profile builder to get the right products for every family member.
We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need. Service dogs can range anywhere from $15,000 to $35,000, $40,000. And for someone getting out of the military that's seeking support and help, having that sort of price tag is daunting. So we really wanted to be able to support the veterans to make sure that they're getting a dog that they need in their life at no charge.
I was in a very dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I really needed an immediate help. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be there for us. So I found Shelter the Soldier online, and I reached out, and somebody contacted me within 24 hours. And in the next couple of weeks, I was already in the program meeting dogs.
YurView Community Spotlight is brought to you by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Flood.
An ADU is an accessory dwelling unit, and it's become one of the most popular solutions to housing in the United States. We constructed this to provide housing for my mother, who is elderly.
Well, I wanted to downsize. At my age, that's what I wanted to do. Eric engaged the services of Murray Lambert, a top building company.
This is an 825 square foot structure, but it actually looks more like 1,000 because of the spatial considerations. Micah was great. He took the ball and ran with it and came up with this really great combination.
It always appealed to me, high ceilings. It gives a sense of space, of openness, and I like that. Oh, I would give this experience a 10 for sure. Plus, 10 plus.
For many consumers, sleeping at night should be an easy experience. For many, it's not. There are a number of reasons for that. Most notably, those that suffer from acid reflux or heartburn. There are also many individuals dealing with various pains or ailments. Medcline is a sleep solution company with our goal to allow people to have a healthy and peaceful night's sleep. And we do that with our therapeutic side sleeping systems. Our patented, clinically studied Medcline relief systems are designed to place an adult in an elevated side sleeping position, which can help them reduce the symptoms or issues they're dealing with. Medcline systems are registered with the FDA, and as a medical product, Medcline systems are qualified for use with FSA and HSA funds. For anyone looking for more information, you can visit medcline.com/sleepbetter.
I was injured in a car crash. I had no idea how much my case was worth. I called the Barnes firm.
When a truck hit my son, I had so many questions about his case. I called the Barnes firm. It was the best call I could have made.
Your case is often worth more than insurance offers. Call the Barnes firm to find out what your case could be worth. We will help you get the best result possible.
The Barnes firm. Injury attorneys. Call 1-800-8-million.
The San Diego Children's Discovery Museum is a children's museum that serves San Diego County. Our area of focus is children between the ages of 0 to 10, but primarily 0 to about the ages of 7. We teach children in an informal, experience-based environment, specifically foundational fluencies, social-emotional learning, and purposeful play.
We started PNC Grow Up Great in 2004. It is now a $500 million bilingual early education program, all focused on reaching young children from birth to age 5, with a particular emphasis on reaching low and moderate income children to help prepare them for school and life.
And we've been looking for partners. And that's how we got to the San Diego Children's Museum. They specifically have a new mobile unit where they bring STEM-related educational services to kids that can't make it to the museum.
We both believe in bringing innovative platforms of learning to children all over the county.
I think I'm going to build a castle.
An ADU is accessory dwelling unit, and it's become one of the most popular solutions to housing in the United States. We constructed this to provide housing for my mother, who is elderly.
Well, I wanted to downsize. At my age, that's what I wanted to do. Eric engaged the services of Murray Lambert, a top building company.
This is an 825 square foot structure, but it actually looks more like 1,000 because of the spatial considerations. Micah was great. He took the ball and ran with it and came up with this really great combination.
It always appealed to me, high ceilings. It gives a sense of space, of openness, and I like that. Oh, I would give this experience a 10 for sure. Plus, 10 plus.
Learn about the many health benefits of MedClimb pillows, from easing shoulder pain, reflux relief, and just getting a great night of sleep. Watch Your Health only on YurView, Sundays at 4:30 p.m. Brought to you by MedClimb. Sleep better, feel better, live better.
The #1 disease in the world, according to World Health Organization, is dental disease. For 25 years, we've had one of the most leading group dental practices in the country. Imagine you're a parent, you're a mom or a dad, and you have a 2-year-old that doesn't get any cavities, and you have a 12-year-old that has a soda habit and gets a ton of cavities. Well, how do you determine what oral care products to get? It's really mind-boggling that currently there does not exist an oral care product company that specializes for kids. So we thought this is a great opportunity to get into that space and revolutionize oral care for kids. We have every single product that every parent needs for every person in that family. It's very comprehensive. The next thing is we customize your oral care products. Someone who has a lot of gum disease probably requires different sets of oral care products that someone has a very, very healthy mouth. And it's also conveniently shipped to your home every 3 to 6 months. Make sure you go to supermouth.com and check out all the educational content, and of course check out our profile builder to get the right products for every family member.
From New York City comes America's longest running and most popular rugby show. The biggest names in Major League Rugby, MLR highlights, and big match previews. Rugby Wrap-Up presents MLR Weekly, made in New York City.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
Hey, great friends, what's happening? It is a Thursday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew. To everybody listening on the radio, watching on television tonight on Cox YurView, For everybody that is involved in our live YouTube chat right now and all the audio podcasters, happy 420 to those of you that are celebrating today. And to our great friends at Torrey Holistics and California Holistics, Browner will be at California Holistics a little later. So I don't know exactly the time, Browner. I know it's kind of a floating sort of a deal, but if you see Browner at California Holistics, make sure you walk up to him and say, "What's up?" You feel me?
Shout out.
Shout out is
I'm going
right.
to be in there. I'm going to be in there. But 12, maybe 12 o'clock. I'm already there. I was already there.
Yeah. There you go. If you noticed, I tried to set that up and be very ambiguous, but of course, you always come back with timestamps.
Yeah. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
I will
My
be
bad.
there.
My bad, fam. My bad.
Catch me outside. How
Okay.
about that?
What'd you say?
I was at California Holistics last night, and we
Yeah.
were picking some stuff up for the show.
Mhm.
And the girl there, she's like, you don't match description of the guy that normally picks these up. And I was like, oh, yeah, that would be a tall black gentleman, yeah? She's like, yep. And I'm like, John Browner? She's like, yep, that's my guy. And I was like, well, I'm your guy today.
Yeah.
Top him over. But she
Yeah.
was very, very, very much like, who are you? And yeah, she was very much expecting John to show up yesterday.
You didn't break out like on YouTube, the Holistics Highlights podcast, and go, "I'm one of the hosts of the podcast that
Well, I
Torrey
went
Holistics
in.
produces."
I went in saying my name, and then
Mhm.
I said the Tory podcast, and then I said Browner's name, and it was all gravy after that.
Oh, once great because Browner probably,
Right. I mean, he's a regular.
he
Come on,
brings
guys.
the ruckus to the
Yeah.
ladies.
Yeah.
I'm not even.
Oh, she was like,
getting
"Oh, I know
involved.
him."
Yeah, oh, I know him.
Mhm.
Tall, skinny. I know
Mhm.
that brother. Oh, hell
Fit
yeah.
is the word. Fit is the word you want to use when
Oh,
you describe
fit.
me in that manner. Yeah,
Fit
fit
is the word.
Fit is the word.
Fit
Yeah,
is the
fit
word.
is the word.
All right, very
Mhm.
good. Okay, so we were talking about Fernando Tatis and his return to the lineup tonight for the Padres and the excitement around that. We heard from Manny Machado. We heard from Juan Soto. We're going to hear from Xander Bogaerts and Peter Seidler here in a matter of moments, but it is the story of the day. And I can tell you that just it being 420, I said to the guys who own Torrey Holistics, because there's massive parties going on at both Torrey and California Holistics today, and incredible savings on all your favorite brands and products. So, dude, I said to these guys, I go, why don't you have somebody dressed as Fernando Tatis in a Padres uniform with dreads coming out from their hat, and the baseball bat should be a giant doobie, I said, and then people will come to Torrey or California and they'll take pictures, and that will go viral. Like, hey, Tatis is returning, but I saw him earlier today at Torrey. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I just thought that was a really smart idea. I don't know if anybody else thought it was a smart idea, but I did because it was mine.
Well, that's appropriate then.
You know how that goes, where you think your ideas are always the best ones, or you
Mhm.
think everybody else's ideas suck because they're not yours. Like, people with those kinds of personalities.
Yeah, I've heard that happen a time or two.
Yeah, I'm not into that whole deal. All right, Tatis is back. You mentioned Bogaerts, who's never been Tatis's teammate, at least not together in a Padre clubhouse, not in Padre uniform. All right, Alex, what did Xander Bogaerts have to say about the return of Tatis?
I don't think it'll be a trap. I think it'll work out nicely. What he's done down there, and just his name, man. His name, his presence, that goes a long way, man. Like, and then he steals second, and then he just steals thirds, and then he make a swim move at third, and he's safe. So he can do a lot of different stuff. His dynamic is really impressive, and we'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there, baby. We'll get there.
They're listening to some Queen in the clubhouse. He's my best
and then it
friend.
was with Soto, it was Trick Daddy, if I heard that correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a thug.
I don't think it was that one, but I'm pretty sure it was Trick Daddy before that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
No, I'm pretty sure that was a Trick Daddy song.
Why does Tatis, when he warms up, and maybe there's some method to this, or maybe it's just a preference, why is Tatis wearing like all the old school, and I say old school, Padres blues?
Oh, you missed that. It was when did I go to the game? Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Tuesday? Whatever game that me and Browner went to.
was,
They did
Monday, I think.
It was a throwback day in honor of Drawing a blank on his name, of course.
Trevor Hoffman.
No, Johnny. That was the game before that.
Unitas.
No.
Not Johnny
But
Unitas.
they were wearing the PCL Padres uniforms that day on Monday night.
Uh-huh.
So they were wearing that navy blue hat with the red S, and they were wearing the cursive Padres. So they were all wearing like that kind of gear that day. That's what that video is from.
Dude, the amount of uniforms that the Padres have, and it's not just the Padres, but other teams too, so that they can keep selling you more and more merch. You know, everybody had those ugly sand and blue stuff that looked like the Milwaukee Brewers. And then they switched to brown, and everybody had to go get the brown, which everybody wanted the brown because the brown was really the original, which it was retro, but now it's modern. So now all the other stuff is considered retro. And then if you throw in the City Connect or the camos or these PSL, PCL, you know, they got 20 uniforms to send you or to sell you, you know? Smart.
Pay up.
That is
Good
smart
check.
marketing. That's smart. Hey, speaking of smart, the owner, Peter Seidler, asked about Tatis and his return. And I actually got to say, I love this answer. Alex, if you put it up on the screen for everybody, go for it.
I was not mad. I just don't get mad over stuff like this. We're all human, but it was obviously important to see how he was going to handle things going forward. He made a mistake. That's very serious and regrettable. But people bounce back from those things. It can make them strong. Or the opposite sometimes happens. In this case, I believe it made him stronger.
You know, I just love that quote. And if you keep it up on the screen for a quick second, we're all human. How's he going to handle it? Serious mistake. Kind of regrettable, of course. But does he become better and stronger? Or does it go the opposite direction? Not really 100% positive. Think it'll make him stronger. But I love this answer from Peter Seidler because he's right. You know, people do screw up. They are human. And if you give them a second chance, they might reward you.
If you don't get mad over your player,
that was a great answer.
But if you don't get mad for your player getting busted for steroids, does anything make you mad?
Yeah. Well, I think when you've beaten cancer twice, I don't think so.
Yeah, probably like just another whatever.
Yeah, like when you've beaten cancer twice, you're like, hey, guy took steroids and he's missed 500 plus days and he's missed 200 games. That kind of sucks. And I'm kind of pissed that I'm paying him. But the fact is, he ain't making the big money until a couple of years from now anyway. Yeah. And this is a great learning moment for this young
kid. I didn't
kid.
have to pay him last year. So, hey, there you go.
How about that? He didn't get paid while suspended, right?
You don't get paid while suspended.
All right.
He also was Peter Seidler was at Sports Business Journal conference, and he was asked about the sustainability of what the Padres are doing. And I don't have the exact quote, but I did read that he said, there will never be another fire sale in San Diego as long as I'm the owner. And when I'm not the owner, the Seidler family will be the owner of this organization for 75 to 100 years.
Oh, wow. Well, they got a lot of,
like that.
they got a lot of people, you know?
Yeah.
So good for them. All right. So Padres, Arizona Diamondbacks series starts a little bit later on this evening. Tatis makes his return. Musgrove comes back this weekend. And by next week, you know, we should be talking about the Padres the way we wanted to be talking about the Padres when the season started. Nobody knew that Musgrove was going to be able to survive Antarctica, but drop a cowbell on his toe.
So how do we talk about this team on Monday? Prediction time. How are we talking about this team on Monday? How did Tatis do? What's the record? Did they sweep the Diamondbacks? Did they get swept? Did they go 1-3? Did they split? Did Musgrove look good? Did Tatis look good? On Monday, prediction, what are we saying?
I'm going to go with Padres get the energy from Tatis and then again from Musgrove. I'm going to go Padres leave Arizona 3-1. And I'm just trying to do the math here quickly. Arizona is 12-7.
11-8.
11-8. Okay.
I believe so.
And the Padres are 9-11. I'm going to just make a homerish prediction and say Padres leave Arizona having taken first place from the Diamondbacks. Does that math work if the Padres go 3-1 and the Padres then are 12-12? That would
They're
make
2.5
Arizona
games back now, so they might be tied.
All right. Well, whatever. What do you think, Browner? What's your prediction? What happens in these 4 games?
3-1. I think Padres go 3-1. I don't think they sweep them, but I think they go 3-1. I think they come out and the energy of having him around and having him in the right feeling in the dugout, everything starts to fall into place, become a little bit more natural for the ball club going forward. The missing piece is finally back, and he can kind of kind of take people's mind off things in a certain way. Like I don't think the pitch clock you can change the pitch clock for Soto, but you can kind of put his mind in a different place with just the energy that you can bring to the field. I think Tatis is going to do that. So I think it's 3-1.
Okay. Alex, you're up. Prediction time.
Yeah, I think positive Padilla's coming out. I think that the Padres
Oh.
will sweep the Diamondbacks this weekend.
now.
There will be
Wow.
one game. There will be one game where they score at least 15 runs. One game where they will score at least 15 runs. And Tatis will be okay. He'll be okay. I don't think he's going to come and light the world on fire, but I think he's going to do something. You're like, we've been missing that. I think he's going to do something like whether it be a random stolen base, like Xander said, where he does some sort of swing move or he does some sort of sliding, diving play in the outfield. Tatis is going to do something that reminds us why we love Tatis. But sweep and one game, 15 runs or more.
Listen,
Positive
man,
Padilla.
let's just remember, before he had all these infractions, people were saying he was the best player in baseball.
Right.
And now you add him to a team.
And he wasn't healthy.
Right. And now you add him to a team where Major League MLB.com, because you know how smart they are, had Soto as the most likely MVP. Manny was on that list as well. And the way Xander Bogaerts has played to start the season, he should be on that list at the end of it.
He was on it, just a little deeper down.
You got to look a little further down the list.
Yeah.
And now you throw this guy in there who was at the top of that list before he left.
Yeah.
So, look, man, I'm excited about today. I think today's going to be I think there's a lot of anticipation for today. I just hope that people understand that you can't win the season in one game.
Yeah.
One thing that we haven't mentioned that I'm very excited to not think about is his shoulder. For 2021,
Or
like,
his
yeah,
wrist.
he was fantastic in 2021, but his shoulder popped out every 6 weeks.
All right. I mean, and he did it every way: swinging, throwing,
sliding,
right,
running.
running.
Right. So now you don't have to worry about the shoulder.
Once, yeah.
You don't have to worry about the wrist due to the motorcycle accident. I mean, it's full speed ahead. It is go time for Tatis, and it's a 4-game series this weekend against Arizona. All right, this is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. Give me 1 minute because I'm going to transition into what happened last night in the NBA, in particular the Lakers and the Grizzlies. Before I do, quick shout out to our friends at Penske San Diego, PenskeSanDiego.com. If you go to their website, PenskeSanDiego.com, you're going to find out that they've got 12 dealerships. They represent 9 brands. I bought 3 cars from their Mazda dealership in Escondido. Alex bought, you didn't buy a Lexus. I'm trying to remember an Acura, right? Alex bought an Acura from, Browner and I have been to the Lexus dealership, Lexus San Diego, and done an event there. So we've been close to the Penske group. And like I said, 12 dealerships, 9 brands, but use the website. You can see every car on every lot. There's over 1,000 in the county of brand new cars with Penske lots. And I'll tell you this right now, the dealers have to be more creative than ever before to sell you a car because as interest rates have risen and its supply has become more available, demand has diminished a little bit. So the dealerships are coming up with creative concepts and you get to benefit in all of that. Penske San Diego, PenskeSanDiego.com. It's fun. It's easy. It's fast. Use the website, PenskeSanDiego.com. All right. Were you guys watching the Lakers yesterday evening? Positive
Yes,
P? Are
of
you
course.
gonna be positive P? Or are you gonna?
No, I said yesterday Lakers would lose. I
mean-
think I've watched this team long enough to know kind of what to expect. I think that they always take their foot off the gas when there is a tiny, tiny piece where they think they can, and they do every time. Whether it be early in the season playing against the crappy Thunder or not having Anthony Davis against the Rockets. They have done this. They did this for 82 games this year, where anytime they could take their foot off the gas, they would take their foot off the gas and it would bite them in the ass. Yesterday was the most predictable outcome ever. I wish I lived in Vegas because I would have made so much money taking the Grizzlies yesterday.
Well, it's amazing because with John Morant, I think I saw a stat earlier in the day that in the last 2 seasons, I think he's missed like 35 games. And in that period of time, somebody could check me on this. I think the Grizzlies are like 28-7, some ridiculous number where when Morant doesn't play, they win and he's their best player. And so they're missing Morant.
Last season they went 20-5 without him, and this year they went 6-3.
Okay, so I think I'm really close. I don't
26-8.
26-8. Okay, 26-8. Dude, that's amazing that they're that good without him, but they're missing other big guys. And the Lakers, to your point, Alex, they have a chance yesterday to leave Memphis up 2-0 when the whole national attitude around the Lakers has changed. You know, yes, before they got rid of Russell Westbrook, it was they're terrible, they're not going anywhere, they won't make the play-in. In the last week, oh, they're back. They've got so much. They beat Minnesota just barely in the play-in. They won game 1 against Memphis, and all of a sudden, that game against Memphis was on Sunday. On Monday, everybody's talking about the Lakers as a real championship contender. And you're exactly right. They had an opportunity. They didn't take advantage of it. And to see Anthony Davis get elbowed in the face early and have a little cut on his eyelid and then get no performance out of AD. I mean, listen, they had a chance to be in total control of this series. What do you say, Brown?
I think the Lakers did what the Lakers have been doing all season. They let you down when you feel like they're on their way to doing something positive. Like this is the one step forward, two step back Lakers. That's what this should be referred to. And that necessarily isn't the worst hit I've ever seen in my life for a guy to totally go in the tank. Like Desmond Bane's a little guy, but he's strong. So trying to reach across his face for a jump ball, Desmond Bane doesn't do a lot of jump balls.
Well, yeah.
Can I say something about the Lakers' toughness? It's not there. They are not a tough team. If you can punch them in the face, and this has been, by the way, this has been LeBron's entire career. If he faces off against a jerk who's not scared of him, LeBron does not excel against those guys. He never has. And I'm not telling you Dylan Brooks is some world beater defensively, but if you get in his face, LeBron is not the kind of guy that will go back to in your face. He's just not.
Well,
he never has.
Show the video though of LeBron knocking down a shot, and he's talking to Dylan Brooks the entire way back down, and then Brooks winds up hitting a 3, and he's talking to LeBron, and then let's hear what Dylan Brooks had to say in the postgame. All right, here's LeBron hits a shot, fade away over Brooks, and then is kind of in his face. Brooks kind of throws a little bit of a forearm shiver, and Brooks knows that he's in LeBron's business, and LeBron's talking.
Yeah, they were also down. They were also down 14 when LeBron did that.
Mm-hmm. Let me. LeBron's not a talker, and here's the problem. Alex, you're kind of correct. LeBron's not a talker. He dominates because people respect him. He doesn't dominate because he's Kobe Bryant and he's a jerk. He doesn't dominate like Michael Jordan, who was a jerk. He dominates because people respect him, and so they don't overly challenge him. Lance Stevenson literally got in his shirt, blew in his ear, a whole list of things that he's done to him. Dylan Brooks, I think there was another person who I can't remember offhand right now, but Dylan Brooks is the next person in line to look at him and go, yeah, no, I'm not impressed. And when you get LeBron talking, that's not his game. It's literally not his game. And so to see him kind of do that to Dylan Brooks when they're down really kind of got me like, what are you doing, dude? That's not really you. So
down 14.
I don't know.
Down 14.
I will say how he's going to respond.
When LeBron hit that shot, just real quick, when LeBron hit that shot that we just looked at, the Lakers were down 14 at that point when LeBron's talking to him like that.
But they were making a comeback, though. They were making a massive comeback.
Still done 14. I will say this, and I know neither of you, this isn't something that people will talk about because it's not sexy, because everybody wants to blame Anthony Davis or whatever, or give Dylan Brooks his flowers. The Lakers will lose this series because D'Angelo Russell is playing like garbage.
Yo!
The Lakers will lose this series because D'Angelo Russell is providing. Actually, he's being negative. He's hurting them the way Russell Westbrook was hurting them. D'Angelo Russell
he's not
is
playing
missing,
hard either.
And D'Angelo Russell is missing open shots for about a week now. This wasn't just this series. For about the last few games of the season or the playing game, he was awful. He didn't even play in the fourth quarter to the last 10 seconds. So I understand that. Listen, I get how it works. No one's going to blame Austin Reeves if they lose this series. No one's going to blame Rui Hachimura if they lose this series. By the way, another great game by my boy Rui. I will say the Lakers will not win this series. They will not. as long as D'Angelo Russell is playing the way he's playing.
But we also said yesterday, do you think you really at the end of this game you're gonna get the same game from Rui? You almost did,
Right?
And
Right.
the same game from Austin Reeves, not even close,
Right?
Yeah.
And then and then on top of that, AD didn't show up.
Well,
And that's just it. And that's just it. Is that when you had Reeves and Rui, and you didn't really need as much AD, although he played a great game in game one.
Yeah, 20 points for like 5 blocks, I think, something like that.
Yeah, and then LeBron only had 21. So you got these great performances, but you really needed AD and LeBron because you couldn't expect those every night. All right, listen, we'll do this. You got to see what Dylan Brooks was wearing, and you got to hear what he was saying. We'll get to that part of the story and so much more still to come. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. This is Kaplan and Crew.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YurView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Locally owned and operated, not some bland, uninspired, corporate, cookie-cutter radio station crap. We simply say to those stations, Q. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Murray Lampert now brings architectural and interior design to a whole new level for your remodel, ADU, or whole house build.
We're truly a team at Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel, and we don't take that lightly.
Visit murraylampert.com.
Welcome to the Super Dentist, where kids are the center of our universe. Serving San Diego for over 25 years, the Super Dentists offer the newest dental technologies to provide safe and comfortable treatments for the entire family. We've reimagined the entire dental experience by creating a fun and engaging atmosphere featuring our heroic dentists and award-winning super crew. Book your appointment now. Extended hours and Saturday appointments available. Call or text 855-GO-SUPER or visit thesuperdentist.com.
Since 1971, the LGBTQ Center OC has been a pillar of the Orange County community, proudly empowering and advocating for the queer individuals and families who need our support. We've sustained a safe space for the community for more than 50 years and continue to grow the wealth of resources that the people of Orange County rely on. It's true that it gets better. Until it does, the LGBTQ Center OC is here, and we've got you.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
If you're going to count yourself as a fan of this radio station, you'll need to continuously ask yourself one basic question. Am I listening enough? Pro tip, wives are not a good source for input on this. This is the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
For many consumers, sleeping at night should be an easy experience. For many, it's not. There are a number of reasons for that, most notably those that suffer from acid reflux or heartburn. There are also many individuals dealing with various pains or ailments. Medcline is a sleep solution company with our goal to allow people to have a healthy and peaceful night's sleep. And we do that with our therapeutic side sleeping systems. Our patented, clinically studied Medcline relief systems are designed to place an adult in an elevated side sleeping position, which can help them reduce the symptoms or issues they're dealing with. Medcline systems are registered with the FDA, and as a medical product, Medcline systems are qualified for use with FSA and HSA funds. For anyone looking for more information, you can visit medcline.com/sleepbetter.
Welcome to the Super Dentist, where kids are the center of our universe. Serving San Diego for over 25 years, the Super Dentists offer the newest dental technologies to provide safe and comfortable treatments for the entire family. We've reimagined the entire dental experience by creating a fun and engaging atmosphere featuring our heroic dentists and award-winning super crew. Book your appointment now. Extended hours and Saturday appointments available. Call or text 855-GO-SUPER or visit thesuperdentist.com.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.